The Nightly Business Report.
Good evening. Tonight, according to the figures from the Finance Ministry, Sri Lanka's domestic debt grew by $2.4 billion in the third quarter, bringing the overall debt close to $60 billion. Provisional data released by Sri Lanka Customs shows merchandise exports in October reached $1,097.1 million, marking an 18.22% increase. Over at the Colombo bourses, the ASPI and S&PSL20 both maintained their upward momentum today. The market continues to show a positive trend on the third trading day of the week. And at Wall Street, the S&P 500 and Nasdaq eked out record closing highs, with tech-related shares extending recent gains.
From Studio 24, here's Sanuvi Mudanayaka.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. As the government continues to rely on local debt markets, Sri Lanka's domestic debt grew by $2.4 billion in the third quarter, bringing the overall debt close to $60 billion, according to the figures from the Finance Ministry.
Sri Lanka's domestic debt rose to $59.9 billion in the third quarter, up from $57.4 billion at the end of June, according to the Finance Ministry's debt bulletin. The stock of outstanding treasury bills increased by $404.7 million. The stock of outstanding treasury bills increased by $404.7 million, reaching $13.1 billion, while treasury bonds grew by $2.29 billion, totaling $44.2 billion. Additionally, the total outstanding public debt increased to $103.7 billion in the third quarter, up from $100.6 billion in the second quarter. The country's external debt also rose by $716 million, reaching $38.2 billion. Commercial debt, which accounts for a significant portion of Sri Lanka's external debt, stood at 38%, followed by multilateral and bilateral debt. Notably, about 85% of the commercial debt was in the form of international bond issuances, with the remainder sourced from the term financing facilities.
The Sri Lanka Export Development Board is dedicated to promoting global trade and supporting exporters by exploring new markets and technical collaborations. One notable partnership is with the Japan International Cooperation Agency, aimed at expanding Sri Lanka's ICT BPM sector by introducing local tech companies to the Japanese market. This collaboration seeks to foster knowledge, exchange and long-term collaboration beyond immediate economic gains. With technical support from the JICA, the EDB has launched a project to assist 30 SME ICT BPM companies and startups over 2 years. The project offers market intelligence, business coaching and matchmaking services. JICA has assigned a team of consultants to guide Sri Lankan companies, identifying synergies and connecting the two tech ecosystems. Sri Lanka's merchandise exports in October reached $1,097.1 million, marking an 18.22% increase compared to the same month in 2023, according to provisional data released by Sri Lanka Customs.
Sri Lanka's export performance in October showed strong growth, with merchandise exports reaching $1,097.1 million, an 18.22% increase compared to October last year. In addition, export performance in October rose by 8.44% compared to September. Services exports for the month were estimated at $323.17 million, reflecting a 19.75% increase over the same period in 2023. Apparel and textile exports saw a notable boost, increasing by 21.77% year-on-year to $430.21 million in October. Exports to key markets such as the USA and the United Kingdom also saw a significant growth, rising by 23.28% and 23.26% respectively compared to October last year. Tea exports, which accounted for 12% of merchandise exports, also performed strongly, rising by 32.6% year-on-year to $126.81 million in October compared to the previous year. These figures highlight the continued resilience and growth of Sri Lanka's export sector.
The government has approved the procurement of over 44 billion rupees worth of medicines and medical supplies from local manufacturers to address shortages in hospitals and clinics while boosting the pharmaceutical industry. This decision follows recommendations by the Standing Procurement Committee appointed by the Cabinet of Ministers. The procurement plan targets a one-year supply of locally manufactured medicines. The Health Ministry has prepared 4 procurement lists to ensure seamless delivery, which include medicines from the State Pharmaceuticals Corporation, joint venture products, supplies under easy purchase agreements, and items from newly identified local producers. Let's take a short break now. This is the Nightly Business Report. Welcome back to the Nightly Business Report. As the market showed an upward trend on the third trading day of the week, the ASPI and the S&PSL20 both maintained their upward momentum today. For further insights, we speak with Zaima Jihan from First Capital Holdings.
The Colombo Stock Exchange marked a historic milestone today, with the all-share price index reaching an all-time high of 13,512, surging by 172 points. The S&P SL20 index also posted a notable gain of 2%, closing at 4,021, driven by strong market participation and investor confidence. The market saw robust activity from both retail investors and high net worth individuals, contributing to the sharp rally. And the dominant sectors during the session included blue chip stocks and the banking sector, which played a pivotal role in pushing the index upwards. Key contributors to the index's performance included John Keel's Holdings, Commercial Bank, Sampath Bank, Hatton National Bank, and Lion Brewery. The banking sector in particular witnessed a significant resurgence, attracting sustained investor interest after a period of muted performance. Additionally, stocks in the diversified financial sector continued to garner attention. Market turnover surged to LKR 5.2 billion, marking a 48.8% increase from the monthly average, driven by multiple off-board transactions. Also, the banking sector led turnover contributions, accounting for 23% of total activity, followed by the capital goods and food, beverage and tobacco sectors, which jointly contributed 37% of the total turnover. Today's market performance highlights a strong recovery in investor sentiment, particularly in key sectors, signaling positive momentum for the Colombo Stock Exchange in the near term.
The Central Bank of Sri Lanka hosted its weekly bill auction today. For further insights, we speak with Manusha Kandanarachi from First Capital Holdings.
In today's Treasury bill auction at the primary market, weighted average yields remain unchanged, where 3 months closed at 8.73% and 1 year maturity closed at 9.08%. But the weighted average yield rate on 6 months maturity fell by 3 basis points to 8.93%. If I talk about the Treasury bill auction at a glance, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka offered a total of LKR 192.5 billion worth Treasury bill, and offered amount was fully subscribed. Notably, total bids exceeded the total offered amount by 2.1 times. However, the central bank accepted LKR 85.9 billion in 6 months maturity compared to the offered amount of LKR 67 billion and less than offered amount from 12 months maturity as well. For this week ending 6 December, CBSL has LKR 341 billion worth maturities to settle, while LKR 192.5 billion has been raised from primary auction during the week. When it comes to secondary market, a mixed sentiment was observed in the secondary market following the Treasury bill auction, where the secondary market yield curve remained broadly unchanged.
Gold prices eased today as a slight recovery in the US dollar offset the ongoing safe haven demand for the precious metal. Spot gold fell by 0.1%, trading at $2,641.79 an ounce, while US gold futures declined 0.2%, reaching $2,663.70. Investors are awaiting key economic data, including US job figures and comments from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, which may provide further insights into the US central bank's monetary policy direction. The market's cautious sentiment comes as traders seek clarity on the Federal Reserve's next moves amid fluctuating economic signals. Oil prices firmed today as market participants balanced geopolitical tensions and the possibility of OPEC Plus extending supply cuts against concerns over weaker demand. Brent crude futures rose by 0.3%, reaching $73.85 a barrel, while US West Texas Intermediate crude futures also gained 0.3%, settling at $70.13 a barrel yesterday. Brent posted its biggest gain in 2 weeks, rising 2.5%. Prices were further supported by expectations that OPEC Plus will likely extend its output cuts until the end of the first quarter of next year, when the group meets tomorrow. Industry sources indicated that while OPEC Plus has been gradually phasing out supply cuts, the ongoing extension is intended to help stabilize the market amidst fluctuating demand. The Sri Lankan rupee has appreciated slightly against the US dollar compared to yesterday. According to the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, the buying rate of the US dollar has decreased marginally, while the selling rate of the US dollar has also seen a reduction. Let's now take a look at how the Sri Lankan rupee is performing against other global currencies. A short break now. This is the Nightly Business Report. Welcome back. David Perez Motor Company Limited proudly launched the Bajaj Pulsar N160, the third model produced under the Local Value Addition program.
David Perez Motor Company has marked a significant milestone in Sri Lanka's motorcycle industry with the launch of the Bajaj Pulsar N160, the first brand new sports bike in its segment to be introduced in Sri Lanka despite the prevailing 2020 import restrictions. This launch highlights DPMC's leadership in the motorcycle sector and its ability to bring the world-class products to the local market. DPMC extended its gratitude to the Ministry of Industries and introducing the standard operating procedures for vehicle production in Sri Lanka under the Lanka Vehicle Assembly Program. These guidelines have been crucial in facilitating local production and ensuring the availability of high-quality motorcycles to Sri Lankan consumers. As an industry leader in manufacturing motorcycles under the LVA program, DPMC had previously introduced the Bajaj CT100 and Discover's 125 models. The Pulsar N160 is the latest addition to this lineup, further solidifying DPMC's role in supporting the growth of local industries while offering customers top-quality products.
CIC Agribusinesses, a leader in Sri Lanka's agricultural sector, has launched the innovative CIC Digital Agri-Hub mobile application, aimed at empowering local farmers with digital tools and resources.
CIC Agribusinesses has launched the CIC Digital Agri-Hub mobile application, aiming to enhance productivity and efficiency in Sri Lanka's agricultural economy. The app provides farmers with access to up-to-date agricultural information, modern technological insights, expert guidance, agroclimatic data, crop calendars, product recommendations, fertilizer packages, cultivation tips, and details of CIC sales outlets. Chief guest Professor Buddhi Marabe of the Peradeniya University Faculty of Agriculture praised CIC for this innovative initiative. The launch event was attended by agricultural experts who expressed confidence that the app will play a key role in shaping Sri Lanka's agricultural future. The app is expected to empower farmers to adopt modern practices and improve crop yields. CIC Agri-Cluster is committed to driving the success of the app to advance the sector.
Union Bank of Colombo announced the appointment of Derana Chowdhury as the Deputy Chairman, effective from the 2nd of December. Chowdhury, who is the Managing Director of CG Corp Global, had previously served as the Chairman of the bank until stepping down in October of 2023 due to ongoing commitments in Nepal. His resignation as the Chairman was accepted by the board on the 30th of September, and Dinesh Virakodi was appointed as the new Chairman. Chowdhury's new role as Deputy Chairman follows the retirement of Trevin Fernando Pulle. The change in leadership comes after CG Capital Partners Global Limited acquired a 70.84% stake in Union Bank from Culture Financial Holdings in October 2023. This strategic shift marks a new phase for the bank's leadership and governance. Ventures has announced that Mohan Balani, co-founder and CEO of E27 and partner at Orwell Ventures, has joined its group of esteemed investors. Balani's investment brings valuable expertise in developing Southeast Asia's tech ecosystem and supporting early-stage startups. With a proven track record of over 30 early-stage investments across Asia-Pacific and the US, he brings a wealth of experience in helping founders navigate the complex Southeast Asian tech landscape. His work at E27, Asia's leading tech and startup ecosystem platform, has played a pivotal role in connecting startups with essential resources. These include fundraising opportunities, media exposure, and strategic business partnerships across Southeast Asia. Balani's involvement is expected to enhance Ventures' ability to support innovation and growth in the region. Haley's Fentons Limited proudly opens its first experience centre in Nugegoda, showcasing innovative solutions across multiple sectors.
Haley's Fentons has unveiled its pioneering experience centre designed to offer an immersive, hands-on exploration of the company's cutting-edge solutions across 12 key sectors: solar power, ICT, security and communication, audiovisual integration, electrical and lighting, fire safety solutions, air conditioning and ventilation, plumbing and gas, facilities management, uninterrupted power supply and battery backups, architectural drawing and 3D visualization, and industrial accessories trading. The Experience Center is equipped with advanced technologies featuring interactive product demonstrations, visually dynamic installations, and dedicated spaces for training, collaboration, and knowledge sharing. It provides visitors with the opportunity to engage with Haley's Fenton's innovative services in an interactive and practical environment. Sustainability is a central focus of the Experience Center, highlighted by a BIPV roofing system by Haley Solar, reflecting the company's commitment to renewable energy and green innovation.
The Nestlé team visited ALFT, gaining insights into its manufacturing processes, food safety, sustainability, and innovative packaging solutions.
A visiting delegation recently expressed a strong appreciation for ALFT's advanced technological capabilities, its commitment to maintaining the highest standards of quality and hygiene. The delegation highlighted ALFT's innovative approach in developing unique, consumer-focused, flexible packaging solutions which play a crucial role in enhancing the overall consumer experience. ALFT's dedication to sustainability also garnered significant praise, particularly its efforts to minimize manufacturing waste and create recyclable, flexible packaging materials. These initiatives align with global environmental priorities and position ALFT to meet the growing demands of the industry for sustainable solutions. As the only BRC AA certified flexible packaging plant in Sri Lanka, ALFT's reputation as a leading provider of flexible packaging solutions in the region was further solidified by this visit. The delegation's recognition underscores ALFT's commitment to addressing the evolving needs of global brands while maintaining the highest standards of quality and sustainability.
Let's take a short commercial break. Global business updates coming on the other side. This is the Nightly Business Report. Welcome back to the Nightly Business Report. Most Asian stocks dropped today, led by a sharp decline in South Korean shares following President Yoon Suk-yeol's sudden reversal of a short-lived martial law, which fueled political unrest and eroded investor confidence across the region. In China, the Shanghai Shenzhen CSI 300 index fell 0.3% and the Shanghai Composite Index edged lower. Data showed that China's services sector growth slowed in November. Meanwhile, the Philippines PSEI Composite Index dropped 0.2%, while India's Nifty 50 futures indicated a positive market open. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq eked out record closing highs, with tech-related shares extending recent gains as investors awaited further jobs data.
The S&P 500 and Nasdaq eked out record closing highs on Tuesday, with tech-related shares extending recent gains. While the Dow dipped almost 0.2%, the S&P ticked up slightly and the Nasdaq added 0.4%. A report on Tuesday showed U.S. job openings increased solidly in October, while layoffs dropped by the most in 1.5 years. Two Federal Reserve policymakers categorized the job market as solid and said they see inflation heading down to the central bank's 2% target. But neither indicated whether the Fed would deliver a rate cut at its policy meeting later this month. Traders expect a more than 70% chance of a quarter-point cut. Investors will closely monitor Friday's monthly non-farm payrolls report for further clues on the Fed's next move. Stocks on the move Tuesday included Salesforce, which, while up marginally at the close, jumped another 7% in after-hours trading after beating Wall Street estimates for third-quarter revenue thanks to strong cloud demand. Shares of Amazon rose after the company announced a new slate of AI platforms known as foundation models at its annual AWS conference. And shares of Tesla closed lower after data showed that sales of Chinese-made electric vehicles fell 4.3% year-over-year in November.
Microsoft faces legal action in Britain over a claim that thousands of businesses using cloud computing services provided by Amazon, Google, and Alibaba could be paying higher license fees to use Windows Server software.
Microsoft faces legal action in Britain. It's over a claim that thousands of businesses using cloud computing services provided by Amazon, Google, and Alibaba could be paying higher license fees to use Windows Server software. A case was filed at the Competition Appeal Tribunal on Tuesday. It claims that British businesses and organisations could collectively be owed more than $1.2 billion in compensation. Separately, Britain's competition regulator is investigating cloud computing, a market dominated by Amazon's AWS, Microsoft's Azure, and, to a lesser extent, Google Cloud Platform. It's due to update on its investigation imminently. Microsoft in 2020 introduced new license fees for running its software on major cloud providers. The claim alleges it then used the fees to induce customers to use its Azure platform. The United States Federal Trade Commission last week opened a broad antitrust investigation into Microsoft. According to a source familiar with the matter, it included its cloud computing business. The FTC is examining allegations the software giant was potentially abusing its market power.
That's all from us on the Nightly Business Report for today. We'll see you again tomorrow with the latest updates in the business globe. Until then, I'm Sanvi Muthannayaka. Thank you for watching and have a good night.